I don't like doing it live from this video. Yeah, it's my thoughts. Jogging. Want to talk about a subject. Hello, how everybody doing? Hey. Hello, neighbor. Just I want to talk about a matter that I've been noticing that everybody should be careful for. Um, Everybody should be look out for and be aware of the narcissists that are the narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths that are eye of the tiger, high eye of the tiger, the narcissists who on a dating scene who's just gonna waste your time. It's a lot of people time being wasted. With narcissists on the dating scene. So I teach don't lose too much weight, Kevin. Your weight loss looks good though. Thank you. Yeah, watch out for the dating scene when you're dealing with narcissists because there's a lot of narcissists that are out there. They just for that one thing. They're about that one thing only. And that one thing is just, getting in the bed and going to the next person. They'll future fake you, and then they're not about building, and they're not about anything but that one thing. Of course, they'll deceive you, and you'll think it's something else. But don't waste your time on the dating scene. Keep dealing with this. I the tiger. Yes, true. There's a lot of people who don't know or understand this shit, but you'll waste your time on the dating scene because what you have to understand is that it's a lot of narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths, toxic people who just on the dating scene for that one thing. You just don't know it. But if you wake up to it, you'll realize it. They just about that one thing, and that's just getting in bed with you. Then after that, they'll leave after they waste your time. They'll get that one thing from you, with just getting in bed with you. Then after that, after sometimes fast, it depends on the time, and they'll just suck all your energy, use you just to get in bed with you. Then after that, they out the door, and then you'll end up keep repeating this because what you got to understand is mostly narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths and toxic people who are dating. This is their thing. They date all the time, and they always on dating sites, and this is what they do because they are always, this is what they're doing, this is their thing. They don't have plans to settle down. They don't have plans to build a family with you, settle down with you, or anything like that. They'll mislead you like that, but that's not what they're doing. So what we have to do is make sure from the gate that you should be seeing where the person mind at, and seeing where their mental mind at, and seeing where they at, and do they have the same values and goals, morals, values, and understandings and principles you have, and do they want to build like you, build a start a family, build a family, a legacy and things like that. You need to know this. This is important, especially if this is what you want to do. You need to make sure they're on the same page, because most of them is just out just to get in bed, then go to the next person and just waste people's time. They don't want nothing serious. They don't really want a commitment. They don't really want a relationship. They don't want nothing serious. They don't want a husband or wife. Just be dating and dating, because we're dating a lot of narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, and a lot of toxic people who really don't want nothing. And then when you don't establish this at the beginning. When you first meet somebody, this is what you should be establishing, and this should be important to you. Is like, you know what you want, and you need to see, is that the same thing that this person wants. You know, is they on the same level, the same page as you? Do they want the same thing that you want? Do they have the same morals, values, and principles that you have? You know, do they value the same things that you value? This is important. So you need to ask these things, and you definitely need to give people time to show whether they're really serious about you and what they're saying, because people will mislead you and have you believe that. Because people, you know, especially narcissists and such, they can, a person can fake who they are for like 90 days really good. So you got to start giving people time to really show you, and don't just listen to what they say and then believe them. Yes, I the Tiger Kevin, they hate it when you do you. Yeah, they do hate it when they do you, because the thing with that is they're never doing them. You doing you, it makes them look at themselves and realize that they're not doing them, because they're always worried about you and what you doing. That's why they're always worried about you and what you're doing, because you're doing you. You know, they not doing them. They waiting, and they have a mental illness to where they all worried about other people and so fixated and stalking other people and worried about them. Mike, what's up, Mike? Billy the Goat. They only want to up their status, which they do, which they can't do with themselves. Which they only want they only want to up their status, which they can't do without victims. Yes, so they'll use you, and a lot of us, we don't know this, like, but they'll use us. They'll use this. Oh man, I hope, nah, don't want no copyright. Oh, it was fast. So yeah, they will get status off of us. And I did the video for those who haven't seen it. I got to do a part 2 on that. Narcissists level up off of you. See, some of us never was told or don't know how great we are, or the values and what we bring to the table. Some of us don't know what is, they see these things, and you could be so awesome, and then you could be dealing with a lot of wrong people, be surrounded with a lot of wrong people, toxic people in your life, whether it's families or friends, whatever it may be, that they hide this from you and make you feel and treat you like you don't have no value. You know, and this is what narcissists do, definitely. Especially if you don't understand and know, and you've been taught this your whole life too, coming from a toxic narcissistic background, to where you was never valued or validated or acknowledged for being you and how great you are. You will never know, and people will always walk over you and use you for the what you have that's great, and you will never know because you don't know the value of you. So people will come and get value from you, but you don't know you have the value. So you'll be confused and wondering, like, okay, well, why do people even deal with me and I attract people in the first place? But it's just a quick a fizzle. It just fades away. It's because you're dealing with the wrong people that's only coming to use you for your time and suck the great energy and time from you, and then they on to the next one. Because these people get bored quick. And they always looking for something new. It's like kids with toys. They need more excitement. You know, they not content with anything. They haven't fully developed to be content with anything. Priest from Germany. Hi, Daisy. I gotta go to Germany one day. How you doing, Daisy? T-Chi. That's crazy when you can work and make your own money, but instead just leech off people. What is, especially when there's a narcissist man, waiting, live off. What's going on with this live chat? Waiting to live off a woman, no shame. Yeah, TT, you got two guys out there. Yeah, that's what they do. They do, and what happens is most of them, they get that from their mother, their narcissistic mother and parents, who taught them to be beta males like that, who taught them to be like that. And they don't even know it. Most of them don't even know it. And they train that way. And some of them just like that. They be like that their whole lives. Some men are, yeah, because some men are not like, some men that's like that are not narcissists. They just been subject to narcissistic abuse, and their narcissistic, toxic sociopath or psychopath's mother made them that way so they can have power over them. And see, you got these people who don't even like, see, you got men who don't like women. You got narcissistic, toxic people who don't, men who don't like women, and then you got narcissistic, toxic women who don't like men. And it's also what happens, and it's also why you could be on a dating scene and you could be dealing with these two type of toxic people who don't like the other gender. And so what they do is just use you, abuse you, and then leave. That's their mission, because they have a dislike for that gender. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to be careful out here with that. Don't waste our time and don't get used and be, you know, keep running in and dating these people, because they're a waste of time and energy. I think it's even worse when they leech off the disabled and elderly. Yes, it's even worse when they do that, and they have no problem with that at all. Most of them don't at all. They also gaslight us to take no responsibility. They always make us look like the bad person. Right, because they don't never want to get. That's one thing they also do all the time. They will always do that. They can't take blame or responsibility. You know, they won't. You know, they can drop. You know, they can drop anything that's a little kid who they can't handle and deal with the shame of I'm wrong. From what's your astrology sign? All of that. I'm not into all of that astrology stuff thing. I'm not all into that, because you know, only bits of it is really true, and that stuff don't even matter. Some of it is you know good, but most of it is really not informative. I'm not really into all of that, because you know, it life and study shows, like, you know, it really don't, most of it don't matter, but some of it do. So I'm not really into that. I don't know why you asked me that, but since you said psychic, since you said psychic, your name says psychic, I'm thinking you psychic, and I'm not really into all of that. That medium stuff. I'm not into that. That's not my thing. I don't know, but I'm just saying I don't know. And the tiger, yes, they are never satisfied. And this, I had a tiger. That's true. They are never satisfied. So this is why they'll be with you. You'll date them, and then you'll be wasting your time, because they will go to the next person because you can't satisfy them. You know, they are an endless pit. So you will always be dealing with them, and you will always be in and out of relationship with them and any other ones that you will keep going back and forth with, because they never satisfy. So they keep needing supply. You are never enough for them. You can't satisfy them. I had a tiger. My family is toxic. Yeah, a lot of families is toxic. I'm starting to see that. Well, I've been seeing that, but even more today, I'm starting to see it. Like a lot of family is toxic, and this what causes and gonna keep the continuation of toxic people. So it makes it very hard to, you know, try to stop it, or for it to, you know, at least, well, let me say this: the much as of narcissistic information that help that's out there, that's gonna help some of us, a lot of us. But if these narcissistic parents keep creating these narcissistic children, and stay narcissistic children, they become narcissistic adults, is like, it's still going to be a big issue, because they keep producing them at rapid pace. And a lot of narcissistic people have kids, and I'm starting to see that more every day now. It's like it's ridiculous. It's like it's sad. Mike, I'm doing good. That's good, Mike. Video's freezing. Yeah, exactly. Right. They discard what they blessing for real. The discard was a blessing. I the tiger. The discard was a blessing for real. Yes, the discard from a narcissist is a blessing for real. Yes, it is. Like, bye. They're breeding like cockroaches. Yes, they are. They is breeding like cockroaches. Billy the goat. Tai Ticha, who wants their time wasted. The narc that I discarded. Now he is searching, scratching my car because I won't be with him. Shaking my head. No respect for boundaries. Wow, see? No respect for boundaries. And see what I'm saying? Ticha, like, that's the type of men that's out there. The toxic men, and it's also toxic women like that too that's out there. So you got to be very careful. You have to be very careful out here. My narc neighbors' kids are good for examples of leeching off of disabled and elderly folks. See that? You see that? You see how young they are? They probably learned that from their parents. You see? So true. They don't like the opposite gender but love what they have to offer. Right. Yes, Rhonda. That's what I'm. They like what you have to offer, and they use you. They just use you for what they can get, and then but they really don't like you. They have an ill will towards the opposite gender, and so this is why they'll date you, they'll use you, get into bed with you, use you, waste your time, and then after that is over. They never really had plans from you, real plans with you from the start. And this is why we got to be careful and don't waste our time with these type of people, because if you looking to build and have a real relationship, you know what I'm saying, with a real authentic man or woman, then you got to be careful and really be aware and have your red flag alerts on and really understand this. Most people out here is wasting your time. Think about all this dating that's going on. Think about all these dating websites. Think about all the dating people do. Think about it. Think about how people are really, you see people getting together and they breaking up, getting with the next person, breaking up, dating, like you have to see, you have to be a sniper. You have to be like a rifle. You have to get a one-shot deal. Like, don't be, a pump and you got pellets and you spread out and you just all over the place dating everybody. You just all over here with this one and this one. This is what narcissists do. And so what happens is you'll end up with no one at the end because you're spreading out. You have to be a rifle and you have to zoom in and focus on a target that you want, what you need, really what you need and what's best for you. And that's how you go about it. You know what you want. You know what you bring to the table, your values, and you know what you need, and you know what's best for you. You know, so that this is the way you don't waste your time dating because you become a rifle. Then you don't settle till you get that exact target that you want. Like what month were you born that's good enough? I'm not Santa Claus or God or fake. I'm gonna have to cut this live short because for some reason my mobile data is service out here is just let me just read some comments real quick. It's relevant even after death. Spirits of animals told me that nothing to do with you, but now we don't have to. They almost started to. What is it anyways? They also steal and lie. Yeah, they definitely steal and lie. They love stealing. They love stealing. Then you got the ones who steal from their job all the time. Every day they got to steal from their job. You'd be surprised at how many of them they steal from their job every day. Know yourself, love yourself. They hate it. Yes, we gotta know our value, know what we want, and we gotta go for that. Stuff you gotta talk about. You gotta talk about. This is stuff you gotta negate so you don't waste your time and you don't waste your years. You have to know this, and and some of us is just not it's just not it's not time for us right now. This It's not time for us. We focused on our lives and we focused from the healing and getting our life back. So some of us right now not even looking. So then there goes that. There you go. The AA tournament to take out the flying monkeys. Add was add tripwire to boundaries and landmines for extra peace of mind. I don't know what that means right there. I got a lot of stuff popping up on my screen. I the Tiger, yes, 100, Kevin. Uh, my ability to go. My ex tried to take my kid. I put a full stop on that. Luckily, I don't co-parent and didn't need court. Oh, that's good, Billy the Goat. That's so true. They don't like that. Zoom, 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 zoom. All right, that's okay. Yeah. So the narc the narcs I know turn their kids into narcs. They do their bidding. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what they're gonna teach. Um, the video I just did about the elderly with the older narcs teach the next generation. They teach them the next thing. It's just like you got a family of lawyers, families of doctors. What they do, they teach they next generation the same thing, and the next generation teach them the same thing. People only can teach you what they know and what they have. Like they only can teach you who they are. They only can show you who they are. Of course, people can fake who they are and fake things, but eventually the truth come out. The true self reveals itself. So always give time for the red flags to show and come out. And this is why narcissists like to rush into relationships. This is like they enmesh with us. This is why they like to jump into bed fast. This is like they like to get in a relationship fast. This is why they love bomb you so hard and so fast. So they can get you early without you end deep. They don't love bomb you and got you all in your feelings and emotions and married you so much that you think you're with somebody and you found the love of your life, which is not true, so that you can focus on them, and then they got you not even thinking. Then later on, a true self come out. Then by that time, you already wrapped in, you already in love. The true self that comes out now, you think is the false person. So then you think that the true self is the false person, and the person that you first met that was the false person, you think that's the real person. So you ignore the false person, the true self when it come out, and think it's the false person, while you try to focus on getting the false person back that you think is the real person that you met at the beginning, who was really not really the nice person that you met, nice woman or man that you met. They lie, steal, cheat, gaslight, and blame shift. Yes, they actually. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's just make sure that we don't waste our time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go now because this is keep acting up. I'm gonna finish the rest of my jogging. I'm gonna let you, ladies and gentlemen, go. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my jogging, and then I'm see you guys on the next one. next video or next live stream. Everybody have a great day and stay free. And thank you guys for your support. I'm so scared my 5-year-old granddaughter turns into a narc. Her mother, my daughter, is a narc. Any tips, Kevin? Uh, you could try to teach them as much as you can, because you understand the mother has the custody. So what you have to do is try your best to show her you as a normal human being and teach her what's right. That's the best you can do. It might work. Hopefully it does, because you gotta understand also too that the mother is the guardian, and she's gonna be on her heavy teaching her her ways. But as long as you by her side and you just as much or more teaching her the other ways, she can grow up and she can, look at, your side of point of view and know which one is right. She can make the decision for herself because she got two options. So always teach her what you know to be right as a good human being. Always keep her doing that, Eye of the Tiger. Always keep doing that so she can have two views and point of views of life, so she could hopefully pick, what you know to be right as being a good human being, so she can have the option. Because if you don't do that, then she don't have the option but to be just like her narcissistic mother. Some of us, somehow we made it out and we didn't have that other parent. Some victims of narcissistic abuse didn't have that option. Somehow, for different reasons, we end up not being toxic, even though we were subjected to the abuse. If I'm using that word right? But yeah, so that's what you can do. It's kind of like the Rich Dad Poor Dad book by Robert Kiyosaki, I think it is. It's kind of like that. Two point of views, and he picked the right one. It was two opinions, two point of views from two different fathers, and he eventually picked the right one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody have a great day. Thanks.